we go, back again with another match day preview. And before we get started with today's preview, we will be talking about some Sunderland news. Yes, everybody out there, every one man and his dog is probably sick of hearing about the Ross Stewart contract talks, and everybody seems to know what's going on with the talks. Keith Downey's had his say on Sky today to do with how it's stalled, how Sunderland are not offering enough, and Ross Stewart's not happy. He's unhappy, basically spreading rumours saying Ross Stewart's unhappy and that he could leave in the January window. Well, I have got some news from a source that is actually at the club. This is what is happening so far with the source anyway, this bit of news to do with Ross Stewart. This is the situation right now as it stands within the last few hours. So, people are going out there saying that, at the end of the day, if Ross Stewart wants a lot more money, he wants a lot more money with his, with his agent, and Sunderland obviously don't want to offer him too much money. Apparently the rumours are they've offered him 10,000, which is pretty poor if that's the case. Surely that's not the case. Anyway, this is an insight. Don't think Stewart is jumping with joy with what's in the contract. But he's also open to coming to terms that work for both him and the club's structure. So there we go. What's your thoughts on that? He's not open. He's not over the moon with the contract. Clearly, we're not offering him what he wants. Now, whether Stewart's going over the top and wanting £25,000-30,000 a week, I don't know. We don't know. None of us know. We're just surmising. And whether Sunderland are saying, nah, we're going to go for £10,000. Now, I personally think he's worth about £20,000. He is, for me, should be the top earner at the club, full stop. That's just my opinion. And if Jack Clark's on 15,000, Ross Stewart has a good right to ask for at least 15 to 20,000. I think it's fair enough to say anything between 15 and 20 is a fair offer. So, it doesn't think Stewart's jumping with joy with what's in the contract. But at the same time, Stewart understands the structure of the club. So they've got to meet somewhere in the middle. He's happy. He's happy at Sunderland. Stewart is happy at Sunderland. He's loving his life at Sunderland, loving football at Sunderland, scoring 5 goals in 5 games. But it's all about the contract. It's all about securing Ross Stewart's future for him and his family. And fair enough. I understand that completely. I don't think he'd be a greedy man. But I think Sunderland need to meet somewhere in the middle. We need to push the boat out a little bit more. We need to meet more on Ross terms. I think we need to go for more for Ross Stewart's terms. We need to push the boat out. In this instance, we've got to keep Ross Stewart if we want to push for the playoffs. And I'm hoping everybody wants to push for the playoffs, even the KLD and Speakman. I'm sure they must want to. We've got to keep Ross Stewart at this club. It would be a travesty if Ross Stewart leaves this club in the January window. An absolute travesty. It will be a feeling. I think there'll be a feeling from KLD and Speakman if we allow him to leave. He clearly wants to, thrash out the contract talks. So there you go. So what's your thoughts on that, on what I've just said? That is an insight to what's going on. Now, if we're not going to meet, I would say, not meet halfway. We're not going to meet more towards Ross Stewart's terms, then I can imagine Ross Stewart will get better offers from elsewhere, and it's down to Ross whether he thinks he wants to leave in this window or in the summer window. But for me, it's imperative that we keep Ross Stewart at this club. We've got to keep him at this club. And I think by now, he would have gone. I think if he wanted to go, and he could, for me, have easily found another club. That's just my opinion. I think he's got bags of talent. So clearly he wants to work it out at Sunderland. He does want to work it out at Sunderland. We want him to stay. We want KLD, Speakman, or whether I don't know who it is who does the deals. Is it Speakman? See sense. Keep Stewart at the club. Right. Also, Mr. Downey has something else to say. He has a lot to say about Sunderland. I don't know why. But to do with the striker with Sam Surridge. What's your thoughts on Sam Surridge? He's not a youngster. He's still young. 24. 6'3" tall. Burnley are after him. Sunderland allegedly are after him. He's played 20 games for Swansea, scored 4 goals. He moved to Stoke, he scored 2 goals in 20 games. And at Nottingham Forest, he scored 7 goals in 28 games. So he's improving with age. Now, Sunderland and Burnley may still be able to pull off a deal for Nottingham Forest Sam Surridge this month, says Keith Downey, despite reports suggesting he wants to stay at Nottingham Forest. Now, if Sam wants to stay at Nottingham Forest, I can imagine him, he'll stay at Nottingham Forest. But if he wants to play football, he's got a better chance of playing football at Sunderland, as we've only got one striker. Burnley have got a couple of strikers. So for me, him and Ross Stewart together could build up a good partnership. You know, so for me, there's more opportunity of him getting a chance of playing at Sunderland. So what's your thoughts on Sam Surridge? Would you want Sam Surridge to come to Sunderland? Or would you rather have Ellis Sims back? Ellis Sims or Sam Surridge? I'd rather go for Ellis Sims personally. But I don't know much about Sam Surridge, so he could be good. So I'm sure he is good. He plays for Nottingham Forest in the Premier League, being out on loan. Or he's going to go out on loan, possibly. So for me, he's a good player, So yes, we'll move on now. We do play Swansea on Saturday. And there is going to be a 1 minute round of applause. 1 minute round of applause for the young lad, Elliott Air, who sadly passed away just after Christmas. A massive Sunderland fan. And there's going to be 1 minute round of applause. And my thoughts and prayers go out to his family and friends. Anyway, so everybody, you know, everyone out there on the 19th minute at the Stadium of Light, give a 1 minute round of applause in remembrance of Elliott Air. Right, so we move on to the Swansea match. It's just, Right, so we've got Swansea were formed back in 1912. 111 years old. 111, it's not very old really, is it, for a club? Swansea. Russell Martin is the manager and Swansea.com is the stadium, of course. 2005 was when that stadium was built, and Russell Martin's only been in charge of Swansea for 78 games, but is he doing a good job? If any Swansea fans out there are watching this preview, is he doing a good job, Russell Martin? Been in charge 78 games, won 27, drawn 23, lost 28, 34% strike rate. Now, I thought Swansea had a really good start of the season. I thought they're one of the teams, for me, that will be in the playoffs. That they still could make the playoffs. Anyway, Sunderland are in 8th place. We've played 26 games, we've won 10, we've drawn 8 and we've lost 8. We've got 38 points with a +9. Now, Blackburn in 3rd place, we're only 4 points behind 3rd place on 42 points. And then 15th place is Swansea. Now, we do welcome Swansea up to the Stadium of Light, welcome the fans from Wales up to the Stadium of Light or wherever they may live, and we hope you have a great weekend at Sunderland. Really enjoy your weekend at Sunderland. If you're staying at the Hilton Hotel or any other hotels in the area, enjoy your weekend. I do hope you don't get any points. You know, you beat us once this season, it's only fair we get revenge on you, so hopefully you will get the 3 points back. But hopefully you don't do the double over Sunderland. But in the last 13 meetings, we've only beaten Swansea twice. We've drawn 6, we've lost 5. And the last time we beat Swansea at the Stadium of Light was back in 2012. Yes, 2012. And like I said, Swansea down in 15th place. You know, they've won 9, drawn 8, lost 9, 35 points. 0 goal difference. So they're 3 points behind Sunderland. They cannot overleap Sunderland in the league if they beat us at the weekend. Now, it just proves what it is. Down in the bottom 3 of the championship is Blackpool, 3rd off bottom. They're on 26 points, so we are 12 points clear relegation. Do you think that is enough? I think we're safe in the championship. In my personal opinion, I think we're secure safe. I think the squad's good enough. Tony Mowbray is good enough. Again, we need Ross Stewart to stay. So there we have it. Swansea only 15th. Swansea are only 9 points of relegation. Fair enough. I think they're definitely going to stay up. Anyway, but look at the last 10 results. Swansea had a good start to the season, got some good run of results to beat Sunderland, but look at the last 10 results. We'll go in reverse order. Bristol City, 1's a peach. They lost to Preston, 1-0. 2's a peach against Wigan. 2's a peach against Birmingham. 0's a peach against Huddersfield. They lost to Norwich, 1-0. Threes apiece against Coventry. They lost to Reading 2-1. They beat Watford 4-0 2 games ago. And they lost to Burnley. 1 win in 10 results in the league, Swansea. I cannot believe that. When I looked at that, I thought, Jesus, I cannot believe 1 win in 10 results in the league. I thought they were better than that. So is Russell Martin underachieving, Swansea fans. Now, you've got good players like Cullen, Pirro, Grimes and co. Now, it's going to be a hard match. I think, you know, when you think about Swansea, you think about a really good side, a really good footballing team, a really good, you know, top of the table, championship, bottom Premier League side, and you think, ooh, difficult game. But they're struggling. So we've got to go and try and get them 3 points this weekend. For me, we've got to try and get the 3 points this weekend. Now, before we go into team news, I'm a massive fan of all Sunderland YouTubers. I do support all Sunderland YouTubers, whether I don't always leave comments, but I do watch the footage because I do like them, and there's some good Sunderland YouTubers out there. And I didn't know this until today, because I haven't watched any of Gilesy and Steve's matches over the weekend till today. And apparently Steve has been under the weather and in hospital. So, you know, end of the day, I do wish Steve a speedy recovery. Absolutely fantastic channel, Gilesy and Steve. I remember when they first started, brilliant, fantastic, funny double act. Brilliant double act. I support them 110%. And it's a matter of time before these two, the double team, before these two make it to 10,000 subscribers. So I wish Steve all the best. Speedy recovery, lad. We'll hope to see you on those vlogs very soon, because you are absolutely one funny man. Anyway, there you go. Right, so we're going to go to team news. Team news. It does make me laugh. But Jazzy's class as well. Anyway, there we go. So here we go. Team news. Now, I don't know if this is the team that's going to be put out, but I got a feeling if the players were fit, this is what Tony Mowbray would start. Patterson in goal, Hume right back, Ballard 09, Serkin at left back, Mishoot and Neil. He kind of favours Mishoot now. Evans, is he fit? Is Serkin fit? Roberts, Ahmad, Clark and Stewart. Now, Serkin, if he's not fit, Luke 09 will probably go back there, and we'll get back into to Bailey right in the centre of... I know Bart's come back into training of late, but he's not fit enough to play against Swansea. So it could be 09, right, Ballard, Hume, or Hume, Ballard, 09, Serkin. Then it could be Evans and Neil, or Mishoot and Neil, or Evans and Mishoot. I wouldn't be bothered about any of those formations. Roberts, Ahmad and Clark. Now, Ahmad and Roberts, for me, are a really good partnership. I do like the way they complement each other, the way they pass the ball together, the way they dictate the play. And I think Roberts, out of all the players, has a better understanding with Ahmad than anyone I've seen so far. Roberts, for me, and I'm not putting this in a negative point of view, but he is very greedy on the ball at times. But with Ahmad there, he seems to have the confidence and the belief to have someone in his mind as strong as him. So they do pass the ball very good on that side of the park. So I do think that is a good combination. And Stewart up top. That for me, I think they'll go the 4-2-3-1. They'll change it from the 4-3-3 against Shrewsbury and play the 4-2-3-1. Score predictions. If you want to be in it to win it with the score predictions in the Big Book of C, leave your scores down below in the comments section. I'm going to go for a very difficult game, and it's a very popular result, this, and it causes me a lot of heartache and trouble writing these results down, because every man and his dog does it. But I'm going to go for Sunderland 2, Swansea 1. A goal from Ahmad. Yeah, Ahmad and Stewart. There we go, Stewart and Ahmad. So there we go. That's the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you on Saturday for the match preview. I may have some team news before that, and I will pass that on to you, because I try and pass it on to the subscribers what I can. End of the day, you know, I'm just an old man, and I love Sunderland, and I like talking about it, and I appreciate everybody who subscribes to the channel. There's much better YouTubers out there, Sunderland YouTubers out there than me. There's absolutely some brilliant Sunderland YouTubers out there. Just type in the last football score, and just look. I'll type in the last football score, the last Sunderland football score, and we'll see some brilliant YouTubers out there. Where are we at? I've got to type in my password first. I can't even do that bugger. Right, so we'll go on there on the YouTube. and we'll type, there we go, type it in straight away. Kyle Dunn. Is it Kyle Dunn? Fantastic YouTuber, young lad. Young lad, there we go. Brilliant content. Absolutely brilliant content. I just watched today is Sunderland Shrewsbury. And the editing skills are superb. This lad's amazing. Kyle Dunn. Pop over, subscribe. Like I said, Gilesy and Stephen. There's loads of other ones out there. There's even SFC. Is it Exile Macam or something? I forget what is Exile. SFC Exiled Macam. That's it, isn't it? Yeah. Puts content. SAFC Exiled Macam. There we go. 500 subscribers. Well done. I know he was trying to get 500 subscribers. So well done. SAFC Exiled Macam. So you have Kyle Dunn, SAFC Exiled Macam, and Gilesy and Steve. And there's other YouTubers. You know, you got Jamsani and you got loads of other people to contact there. We got some great YouTubers. I'm probably the worst one for like editing and all that because I'm just useless. But anyway, please subscribe. I do appreciate the 15 people who subscribed yesterday. I'm looking for 16k, and then 16k, I can retire and just enjoy life, you know what I mean? But thank you anyway. Hopefully you'll subscribe to the channel. If you're getting this far and you're watching this ugly mug, this old man, skinny old man, drinking whatever's in here, I'm not going to tell you. Then clearly you enjoy the content. Take care, God bless me, and God go with you. Thanks for subscribing. Bye, we'll see you on Saturday for the vlog. Oh, I just wish the stalemate between Ross Stewart and Speakman was all sorted and Ross Stewart had signed a contract and we had Ross Stewart securely there for the end of the season. We really could make the playoffs. We really could make the playoffs this season. Just please, Speakman, sort a good contract for Ross Stewart out. He deserves it.